Tirilia is an undiscovered Byzantine ghost town, posing as a fishing village on the Marmara Sea coast, just 20 kilometers south of Istanbul. Its handful of crumbling historical sites are testament to the town's former importance as a center of Orthodox Christianity and a trading center where the Silk Road reached the Western world. With a population of just 2,500, Tirilia is less than a kilometer across, meaning it can be explored in a few hours, and making it an excellent day trip from either Istanbul or Bursa. Expect above-standard seafood, accommodation, transport links, and sea views at below-standard prices. The town was originally founded by the ancient Greeks in the 5th century BC, and the name Tirilia is derived from the Greek word trigleia, meaning red mullet. As Mediterranean trade grew under the Hellenic, then Roman, then Byzantine empires, fishing ports along the Marmara Sea took on a new significance as centers of maritime commerce. Tirilia was particularly well-placed to service Bursa's massive silk industry, the official final stop on the Silk Road. The wealth that Tirilia accumulated built it into a thriving cosmopolitan city and an important center of Greek Orthodox Christianity. As the Byzantine Empire declined, the Seljuk Turks conquered Bursa and its surrounds in the 11th century. In opposition to the Seljuk takeover, rival Turkic tribes began to rally around the leadership of a local chief named Ertuğrul, whose son Osman would found the Ottoman Empire in 1299. The villages around Tirilia are renowned for being the original settlements from which the Ottoman Empire sprang. Tirilia itself became part of the nascent Ottoman state in 1321, though most of the population remained Greek and Christian. After World War I, the Greek and Turkish republics agreed to exchange each other's minorities in an overdue Ottoman divorce settlement. Tirilia's 10,000-strong population was relocated to Rafina in Greece, while Tirilia's current 2,500 residents are the descendants of ethnically Turkish exiles from Thessaloniki. Note that Tirilia is often officially, though never colloquially, referred to by its modern Turkish name, Zeytinbar, meaning olive grove. Tirilia has been designated a protected area by the Turkish government since 1980 because of its historical monuments and the rustic Greek homes that still make up most of Tirilia's housing stock. However, the main draw is the Fatih Cami. This iconic 8th century Byzantine church was originally dedicated to St. Theodore before being converted to a mosque under the Ottomans. The building is the oldest surviving Byzantine structure in the region and is a much-studied example of classic Byzantine church design. The Church of St. Basil, or Agios Vasilios, is now better known as the Tirilia Cultural Center. Built in 1878 as a Greek boarding school, mess hall, and church, the interior is very much as its original patrons left it. The huge neoclassical Taş Mektep used to be the Zafirian School, one of the most prestigious schools in the region. One of its students was former Greek Cypriot leader Makarios III. In 1924, it became an orphanage for the children of Turkish casualties of World War I and the Turkish War of Independence. The dilapidated but ornate 19th century Ioannis Church became a private residence after the exchange of populations, which explains its apparent lack of maintenance. A couple of blocks away are the remains of the Kemerli Church, which is dedicated to the Virgin Mary. The ruin of the church is closed to visitors, but it is set in a lush garden of fig and plum trees. Of the many monasteries in Tirilia, the most significant is the monastery of Hagios Sergios. Almost as old as the Fatih Cami, it is known for producing some of the main protagonists in what was to be remembered as the Byzantine iconoclasm of the 9th century. It burned down and was abandoned in the late 1800s. 12 kilometers along the coast east of Tirilia is Murdanya, which is worth a visit in itself and for which we have made a separate video. It is also where ferries to Istanbul run from. Two companies operate 2 terminals and run passenger ferries roughly every 2 hours until 9 p.m. between Murdanya and the Yenikapı terminal in Istanbul. Book tickets in advance and online here. From Mudanya, take one of the regular buses that run to Tirilia every 15 minutes from Mustafa Kemal Pasha Caddesi. From Bursa, regular buses run to Mudanya, sometimes continuing on to Tirilia from various points on the city's strangely large metro system. Take the metro to Shehri Kustu, a minibus to Mudanya, then another bus to Tirilia, which should take an hour in total. The nearest airport is Yenishehir in Bursa. If you are not visiting Tirilia from Bursa, the fourth biggest city of Turkey and former capital of the Ottoman Empire, is well worth a visit, even if just for a day. See the transport section and our very excellent Bursa video. Since you will probably be arriving via Mudanya anyway, Tirilia's more built-up twin former Greek fishing village is also worth a visit and can be seen in a couple of hours. See the transport section and our equally excellent Mudanya video. 40 kilometers to the south and set on the shores of the tranquil Lake Ulubat, Gölyazı is steeped in faded classical Greek glory and can be covered in a couple of hours, but must be approached via Bursa unless you have a car. See our Gölyazı video for more info. Fish is predictably the order of the day, and the string of restaurants along the waterfront offer up generous servings of sea bass, calamari, mussels, and the eponymous red mullet, or barbun in Turkish. For a quick bite, we can recommend Ece Cafe and Iskele Buffet. For a heartier sit-down experience, try Liman Restaurant. Perched at the top of a seaside cliff to the east of town is the Swallow's Nest Cafe, or Tahri Chamlı Cafe, which has sweeping sea views and a lush tea garden. It's worth the climb, but don't be fooled by an inferior establishment with the same name in the center of town.